The U.S. men's national team cannoned Trinidad and Tobago last night by a scoreline of 6-0. A hat trick from the Pirate of the Caribbean himself, Jesus Ferreira. First national goals from Cade Cowell and Gianluca Buzio, and Brandon Vasquez getting his third national goal at the end of the game. So we're going to be going over our player ratings from this game and what we saw. Again, low competition, but we're just going to be discussing this game. So before we do, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more, but let's go. Alright, so starting off in goal, I gave Matt Turner a 7. Had a good game, made the saves when he had to. Didn't really have to do a whole lot though, but I assume he's going to have to do a lot more in the knockout round, but I know he can, so let's go on to those defenders. Across the back line, we had DeJuan Jones at left back with a center back pairing of Jalen Neal and Miles Robinson with Brian Reynolds at right back. Not a whole lot to discuss. They didn't have to do a whole lot of the defending. DeJuan Jones I thought was pretty solid in the game. You can see his pace. He's a fine 1v1 defender. Offers something going forward. Had a nice assist in the first goal. And very easily could have had 2 or 3 assists if it weren't for missed chances. But I thought he was a very good positive. I think has outshone John Tolkien. So I think he should be the start of the left back position moving forward for this tournament. Jalen Neal and Miles Robinson both got the start. Miles Robinson, this was just more of him to get minutes under his belt going to the knockout round. He was fine, didn't have to do a whole lot. Jalen Neal, in my opinion, looked great, played the full 90 minutes. He is so comfortable on the ball. It just takes him about 2 seconds to pick his head up, and he's already played a 20-yard ball in the midfield. I mean, this kid is special. Just 19 years old. You can see this kid still has a ton of potential left. He is going to be with the first team sooner than later. Brian Reynolds is at right back, and I mean, this guy might be the best player on the entire team. He is just so dominant, athletically, level above everybody else. Technically, you can see where he needs to go. He knows where to make those runs, to make those overlaps. He can put in a really good cross. Brian Reynolds, for me, is so dominant. I think he's making a case for himself to be pushing for one of those outside back positions on the A team. So I think this should be the center back pairing and the outside backs moving forward for the rest of the tournament. It's very solid in my opinion. So moving into midfield, we had James Sands at the 6, Gianluca Buzio as a 6'8", and then we have Georgi Mihailovic playing a little bit more advanced. James Sands has been solid this entire tournament, has sat in front of that back line, distributed the ball, has been fine defensively. Another solid outing for him. Is definitely the best 6 we have on this roster. Gianluca Buzio got the goal at the end of the game, but in my opinion, I thought he was slow on the ball. There was times where he didn't release the ball. Just didn't really look physically up forward either. I mean, I don't think he was as good as a lot of people said. He wasn't bad by any means. I think he should be the starter moving forward if we don't call in anybody new at the 8 position. But I need to see a little bit more from Gianluca Buzio, but we'll see what he offers going into the knockout tournament. And then Georgi Mihailovic, I thought he was okay. I mean, he had some nice things. He won a penalty for that third goal to give Jesus for his hat trick. Made some nice passes. He had that one really good one to Christian Roldan. He split about 2 players, but a little bit slow on the ball, but I think he's definitely one of the best players on the team moving forward. He's going to be huge for us in the knockout round, so let's move on to our attackers. And looking at the forwards, we had Christian Roldan on the left, Jesus Ferreira up top, and Alex Indejas on the right. Ferreira, for me, was probably the man of the match, scored 3 goals, had a couple nice moments in the box to get 2 of those goals with some quick feet and some quick shots, and obviously got himself the penalty at the end of the first half, was pretty active, and he played as a midfielder for the last 20 minutes when Brandon Vasquez came on. So good for Ferreira. He's probably going to win the Golden Boot in this tournament, and he's been one of our better players, so he will be pretty big for us in the knockout round. Christian Roldan and Alex Indejas, both for me in this game, were very underwhelming. Slow on the ball, a lot of missed touches, sloppy crosses, just weren't really involved. Messed up a lot of good, promising sequences. For me, Indejas has probably been one of the most underwhelming players in the tournament. He had pretty high expectations coming in and just has not lived up to them. Just seems like he's slow, just off rhythm right now. I just think you might have to start somebody else over him. Probably Cade Cowell the way he played in the second half, but hopefully we can get a winger replacement for one of those injured players from the group stage. But we will have to see. But those wingers especially have not impressed me much at all this tournament. So on to the subs. And finally, looking at the subs, we had Matt Miaz coming at halftime for Miles Robinson. He was fine, did what he needed to. Nothing special. Cade Cowell came on for the last 35 minutes, and he was pretty active in this game. Looked to take players on 1v1, got himself a goal and an assist. Was very involved, in my opinion, the way he played in that game. Might have given him an opportunity to be starting a game in the knockout round, but we will see. Julian Gressler came on for about the last 25 minutes, got himself an assist, was pretty active, but the game was already pretty much dead. So good for him. Brandon Vasquez came on, got himself a goal at the very end. He did miss 1 or 2 chances in those 25 minutes he got. I actually think Jesus Ferreira is a better option up top. And then DeAndre Eden came on for Brian Reynolds for the last 10 minutes. Was fine, didn't do a whole lot. But those are my ratings for the substitutions. But a lot of these guys probably will have bigger roles moving into the knockout round. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit those comments down below and tell me your thoughts on this game and your player ratings as well. The plan for me is probably to have 1 or 2 more videos out on the channel this week, and the podcast will be dropping Thursday. We had a little bit of a delay, just some timing and scheduling issues, but I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.